Hey guys, welcome to a quick little video. It doesn't have anything to do with books really, but as you can see, my bookshelf needs kind of cleaned up and well, I'll show you with the flipped around, but needless to say, this happened in less than 24 hours because we've been on the go. We've been getting stuff that we need for the house and getting much needed stuff, and I have been focused on the other part of the house because we are going to be moving. We don't know exactly when, but hopefully by the end of the year we'll be actually buying a permanent place to stay. But as of right now, we're renting a place that we were supposed to buy, which is not working out, so we are on a month-to-month basis. But we are working on a lot of things, and we're going to be renovating and fixing things that need fixed for this place where we're still here. That way it's comfortable for us to live with, and that way it helps the guy that we were supposed to buy from. And so we have been just like everywhere, very tired, very long weekends, remodeling the kids' bathroom because there was a leak in the closet, so it was molded, so we're having to do that and take care of the bathtub, get a new bathtub, put walls in. It's a whole mess. But we finally got the bathtub done, and so now I need to clean our bedroom because we've been focused on everywhere else and making sure, like, if the house needs food, it's clean and stuff. So we need to clean this, and I'll show you what I'm working with. Okay, so all of this is clean. I need to put all that up. My husband's gonna put his stuff. All of that is for work, and it's also for his truck he's got to fix. That is my book, not book of the month. What am I saying? That is going to be the donations for the Free Little Libraries, or Little Free Libraries. I got to go through this to figure out what I'm actually going to keep, and then I also need to write down what kind of light goes in here because it is not working right now. And then honestly, just got to clean this up, and then I'm going to redo that because I got books that I need to put up. So this is what we're looking at, and we're going to go ahead and just get to it. That being said, I already have the bathroom clean, so I'm going to, oh, let's not do that. Stock up. I need to go to bed. I need to be done. Stock up on our toilet paper in here, and then store the rest. And I have to get scrubbers for this because this is bad. I don't know exactly what happened, but when they fixed it, I don't know if the paint gave it a black stain or whatever, but it's been there, and they painted over it, which I'm not exactly sure why, but like, I'll show you. I'll flip it around. Like, if you see, it is bubbled up, so I'm just going to get a scraper and peel it off and try to get rid of that stain because nobody's going to want a house that looks like that. At least, personally me, I don't. So I'm going to go to Dollar General tonight and get carpet cleaner because the kids spilled milk on our carpet and I need to get it out. And I tried with other products, not working. So then I'm going to get scrubbers for this stuff right here. And then I just got to get stuff to also get that crap out. And that has literally been there since we moved in, and I have tried everything and I cannot get rid of it. So I'm not exactly sure what to do about that, but we're going to go ahead and sit this down. And the angle's going to suck. I'm sorry, but we're working with it because I'm tired and I'm trying to get stuff done. So we're going to put that there, toilet paper there, and then go set the rest of this up on top of my washer and dryer. Okay, so it is 2 days later. It is officially Monday. Sunday was our rest day. We went to church, came home, did nothing. And then Saturday, I cleaned a little bit, and then I was just super exhausted. So I still have a little bit to do. I have this pile of stuff that needs cleaned up, and it's just clothes. So I got to put those in the dresser and hang them up. And then we need to take this and fix it. I need to redo that because I'm going to have to put some up there. And then take all of this. I need to clean it because I've put some stuff on it. And just like, you know, whenever you put your snacks or whatever on there, it gets dusty and stuff. And I also need to go through my other one. I haven't done that yet, but I need to. So I can put that box in my car as well because I have donations there. So the same time I do donations, I'm going to do the little free library runs. And then I just got to get my closet ready. But I got everything else done. And I'm waiting for my husband to get back with Coda's food. So we're going to get that done. And while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and clean up the rest of our room and clean our waterproof mattress cover, get that cleaned. And then while that's doing it, I'm going to go ahead and move all the shoes in there, move the books out, and then I will go with you guys to the process and we will get my books sorted and put away and cleaned up. And I don't know if they're all going to fit on that bookshelf that I showed you, the big one. I don't think it is, but we're going to try. So I will check back in a minute. Okay, so we need to clear all this off. And yes, this is literally a bar of soap, but it smells like my papa. Like, it reminds me of him. So I buy one at least once a month until it starts losing its scent, you know, and then I use it, and then I get another one because when I miss him really bad, I'll put it in his coat and I'll just cuddle with his coat that I got. But I gotta redo all of this and like clean some of this off, clean this off, and the Black Stallion. Put that up and get rid of these boxes and put books that I'm going to send to my girls. But anyways, that is what we're working on. And you can see all of the new books that I got everything cleaned up. That's broke, so it's got to go in the trash. But our shoes and everything are in here. And I apologize, but the new phone screen, like protector, we got new phones because we had an upgrade, which is why I have not posted in a while, is because my phone broke. We got Wi-Fi, but we had US Cellular, and their update, they sold out to T-Mobile. T-Mobile sucks anyways. But it wouldn't let me make calls. I couldn't call people. When people would call, it would last maybe a minute, and then it would hang up. I couldn't even do video calls. So I tried prepaid AT&T, and that is a flat-out joke. Like, it is not what I remember. Like, it does not work like it did when I was a kid. So we finally had to just bite the bullet and get new ones through AT&T itself and just do a phone plan, which we were trying to get away from, but right now that's just not with my husband. It's work and just a life stage that we're at. We can't really. So I'm still using my phone to record. My old phone is usually the one I record on, but right now it's busy, so I am using this. But the next month I'll have an actual camera. So, well, I have a camera. I'm going to get a better microphone for it because the microphone attached to it is just weird. And I haven't been able to figure it out. So I got to do an SD card and then my husband and me, he's going to help me do editing and learning how to do that. And then we're also going to get a computer for it. And he also likes to game, so we're also going to use it for that. But you get the gist of it. But I'm going to go through and clean my bookshelves off, and I'll show you everything that I still have. If you haven't seen my other videos, you should look. But I have green beans cooking. Dinner's almost done, so while the green beans and stuff are cooking and finishing up, I'm going to start taking the books off. And then before I redo my whole bookshelf, I'm going to go through the new books that I got, and I'm excited for some of them. And I'll tell you, I'll show you how I'm going to reorganize it, because I have a lot of new hardcovers and stuff, and the way it's working now, it's not going to work that well. But anyways, if there is a glare, it's because of my camera, my front-facing camera, the lens protector on it. So it's kind of got a glare, and I don't know why, but I can't really fix this. So we're going to work with it. So I will be back in 5 seconds. Okay, we got the bookshelves cleaned up, but they are a little wet. So while they finish drying, so I can put the books back, we're going to go ahead and go through.
I'm just here for moral support. You ain't gonna look at me.
The new books that I got. Peep the hubby. So we're gonna let those go. This is what it looks like. Ow! Sticker. So is whoops, all my books, and then stuff I gotta sort out. A lot of decorations and stuff. These boxes are empty, but I'm gonna be sending books to my friend because she just moved. So she needs new books. And this is the new pile we're going to sort through and peep the Hunger Games that this man surprised me with. Okay, we're going to hope that this is a good book. So, let me see. I'm going to start with World of Books. I did, they had a sale $2.99 for books, and I got my mother a whole bunch of Love Inspired ones and Amish ones. So these are just what I bought myself personally. So we're going to start with Laura Ingalls Wilder's On the Banks of Plum Creek. I loved those growing up. Sounder and The Help. I absolutely love The Help. And then The Pilot's Wife. And then 3 of Lynn Austin's books, Candle in the Darkness, Fire by Night, and A Light to My Path. Now, I have listened to these before, but I absolutely love Lynn Austin, so I am going to be getting all of her books because there's not one book that I have not rated 4 to 5 stars. And then got the kids We Share Everything. So that's the World of Books. And then we're going to go ahead and do my book of the month. I had to change lighting and kids came in, so hubby had to go out. But book of the month. And my pick was, this is March of 2026. This Story Might Save Your Life, a novel by Tiffany Crum. I'm going to guess. The paper on this is really weird. Like, I don't know how. But I will say, these seem to be different as well. So, I don't know how I feel about those. But, honestly, I wouldn't mind if they didn't send them just because they always end up messed up. But, another hardcover. So, that's the only one from Book of the Month. And then, my husband got the entire collection of the Hunger Games series. So, we've got The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, Mockingjay, Sunrise on the Reaping, and The Ballad of Songbirds. Songbirds and Snakes. But anyways, we got the box thing, and I'm keeping this. And then with that, he also got, because he got that from Thrift Books, and he also got a free book reward. So he also got me a Colleen Hoover book, Never Never. And then I bought these myself. So we got Bloodguard by C.C. Robson. I'm gonna guess is it. Special edition. It was like $7. But that's a dust jacket, and then this is a hardcover inside of the papers. I really like it, and I'm excited to get into this one. I've actually read these on, which one was it? I'm trying to remember where I got this from. Why am I having a Book Outlet? I've never ordered from Book Outlet. So I ordered this time, and I did order some of those, but I read them and then they became out of stock by the time I could buy them, so I just went with Thrift Books. So I already knew what these were about, but I was not very happy with Thrift Books because if you look close enough, you're going to see that, like, the way they sent it, they didn't send it in a box, they sent it in their little plastic wrapping, and so, like, the spine is busted, like, actual busted. And let me see. Okay, so not on this one, but the next one I'm going to show you, the dust jacket is also torn. But, like, I'm just glad that it wasn't brand new because, I mean, I wish it was in a sense because then I know for a fact they would have wrapped it because that's what they do. But when it's secondhand, apparently they don't give a crap. But this one came broken as well. Not as bad, but the dust jacket is all, like, you can see it's torn. So I was not happy about that. And then it's busted up here too. But there's nothing, whoops, super fancy about it. But again, it was secondhand, so at least if it's beat up, it's not brand new. So, but, and I just dropped it again. But I'm debating whether I want to buy secondhand at least hardcovers from thrift books, because if they're going to come damaged like that every time, then there's literally no point. But we got Sweet Nightmare. And then we also got, well, I also got, there's a hair in this, the special edition of Direbound. And I already have the paperback, but I want my husband to read it with me, because it's kind of, from what I've understood, is it's mixed, like Twilight, you know, like Vampire Diaries and stuff. So, and I absolutely love them both, and my husband absolutely loves the Twilight series as well. So, but this one came up packaged well because it was brand new. And look at that, it's so pretty. I absolutely love that. But I'm excited. So now me and my husband can buddy read. And I also got the 20th edition, special edition of the Twilight series, box series. And when I tell you, I am really not, I'm not impressed with the special edition. Like, the box and everything made it seem like it was going to be so great. But I'm going to take only one out to show y'all what they meant by special edition. And now I have to figure out how I'm going to get this out. But compared to Direbound, then I'm not that impressed. I'm sorry, but the amount of money that I spent on it, I really kicked myself for it, and I debated whether just to return it or not. But my husband wants somebody to read it with me again, because we've already both read most of them. He's read almost all of them, I think. But this is the dust cover on it, okay? And then I'm going to take the dust cover off, and this is how every single one of them looks. They all look the same. But again, dust jacket, hardcover. The only difference is this. You open it and it's just green. There's nothing. And then you go into the inside and there's nothing different. It's literally just the sprayed edges and the dust covers that make it special edition. Like, the box itself, honestly, to me, is prettier than the books themselves. So I was not happy, and I don't think I will ever do anything like that again, because the amount of money I spent on those, because everywhere else was way more money, you cannot. And this was an oopsie. I pre-ordered this, and I could have sworn when I was reading about the synopsis, it was supposed to be slightly spicy read, but not dark romance. And after I got it, I was excited because it's by Callie Hart, Volume 1, Blood and Roses. And I got it and I was excited, and I read the back of it and I was like, or I didn't read the back of it, first of all. I read the content guidance and I was like, this is not the book that I ordered. Like, that's not the synopsis that I read. I mean, it's a very pretty book and was just released on the 10th. So, like, I pre-ordered it and it shipped as soon as it was released. And the same with Direbound. But I am just, I don't know where the crosshairs got crossed. But I don't read dark romance. So, I am probably going to give this to my friend or something. I don't know. I mean, it's really pretty, but I'm not going to read it. So, I'm either going to sell it or give it to my friend. But yeah, this was, I don't know what happened. And then I got an Aldi's haul as well. I finally got the first book in the Virgin River series. I used to have almost all of them before we moved out of Oklahoma. And when we moved, I knew that I wasn't going to pay for a storage shed. But then we ended up having to anyway. So realistically, I feel so upset about myself for getting rid of all of those books. It's not a lot, but I found it again, and it was actually cheaper than the first time I bought it from Ollie's, so that was a plus. But I got book 1. The only thing is I could have sworn that it was the same size as the other one, and I was like, I think the other one is bigger, and I got it, and sure enough, the second book is bigger for some reason. I don't know if it's by the same publisher or not, but we're keeping it for now. But Virgin River, book 1. I've had my eye on this one for a while. It's by Julie Soto, and it's not another love song. And honestly, I got almost all of these under $5, I do want to think. And then Savor It by Tara Dewitt, which is another one that I've been looking at for like over a year. I picked that one up. I picked up a memoir, Storm in the Land of Rain, as well. It's by Sylvia Foddy, I think. I don't know. And then I also picked this one up, but I'm getting rid of it because I read the back of it. But like, it's a really pretty book. Like, there's nothing special on the hardcover, but when you open it, you've got that. And it also has pictures in it, but I don't read. See, it's got pictures throughout that, but I am not a witchy person at all. Christian here, and I don't do the witch stuff. So, and this is like in-depth witches and spells and all that crap. So my friend said she would read it, so that is going as well. But I got that one, and it's One for My Enemy, Olivia Blake. And then I also got this one, which is also a nonfiction, and it's The Unanswered Letter, One Holocaust Family's Desperate Plea for Help. And this World War II. And then I also picked up a hardcover, Hang the Moon by Jeanette Walls. And that one was $4.99. Yeah, I didn't spend $5 on any of them, I don't believe. We got two more. Yeah, I spent $4.99 on the most expensive one. Then I got Every Time You Hear That Song by Jenna Boris, I do believe. That one. And then the last one is Master of the Air, America's Bombers Boys Who Fought the Air War Against Nazi Germany by Donald Miller. I got that because I do like all of that stuff, and I'm also really trying to make an effort to read more nonfiction because I actually grew up reading a lot of nonfiction from the library. But we are going to move you because my kneecaps are hurting so bad. So we're going to hope this is a good spot. So the last little bit of the new books that I got is, now these are Book Outlet now. So I got Slaying the Vampire Conqueror by Carissa Broadbent, I think. If I can get it open. It's pretty pretty. So I can use the dust jacket or not. And I did read the synopsis of every single book that I got. And I don't remember all of them because my memory kind of sucks. But I did read all the synopsis. And I had a lot that I actually ended up put in my cart, reading the synopsis, and I was like, that doesn't intrigue me at all. That doesn't sound up my alley. So those went out of the cart. So every one that I bought, I read. So I had an idea, so I didn't waste my money. So Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. And then we have The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, special edition. They were having their $5.99 sale. So a lot of books that I would have gone anyways, I just got lucky and actually got hardcover special editions. And I'm really excited about this one. Really excited. And then I also got The Great or Nothing by Joy McCullough. There's a lot of names, so I'm just going to post that right there. Like, I'm going to show you right here because I genuinely don't know. But on the back says, I either want to be great or nothing, not something in between. And it's pretty much a retelling, like a reimagined version of Little Women, which I absolutely loved. So that's why I got it. Fall of 1942, Four Sisters, Four Stories, One Unforgettable Novel. And it's about them surviving through it all and also learning to live without Beth. So, and this is just the basic hardcover, but I'm not picky. I didn't get it for anything other than I loved it, Little Women. So Little Women Reimagined had me completely sucked in. And then I thought I got this one in paperback, like the other one, to match it, but I did not. But they're the same size, the way I am now, because I have the way I used to be. It's just basic hardcover, but I am excited for this one as well. Like, I'm not excited, but you know what I mean. I'm going to enjoy it and probably cry a lot. This one is basic as well. It kind of reminds me of Book of the Month, the way the books are. But I got In the Family Way by Lainey Katz Becker. And I'm probably not saying that completely right, but we got that one. And The Way I Am Now was Amber Smith. And then our very last hardcover, I do believe, yes, is this one. And it's Hair by Sabaa Tayyar. I don't know. We're not going to keep pronouncing it. But this is the hardcover version. And then it's just got the map in there. It doesn't have any pictures or anything, but it does have the parts separated. And I did read the synopsis of this, so I was intrigued, and I'm honestly trying to broaden my horizon when it comes to books. So I'm not just trying to stick with some of them, because sometimes I'm very much a mood reader, and sometimes the only things I have is like history, nonfiction, historical fiction, romance, stuff like that. And I like reading thrillers or mysteries, but I don't like to own them, because once I read them again, very rarely am I going to reread them again, because I already know what happens. So I've been making a conscious decision to step out and see. This one is, I think, where I got mixed up with this one. So this one is Black Ties and White Lies by Kat Singleton, which I have 2 other books, special edition from her, if you've watched my other videos. And it's just got sprayed edges. But I did read the synopsis of this one, and this one I was like, okay, it's a romance that I would read. It's not dark, nothing like that, because at first when I looked at this, I was like, someone who used to read dark romance, I'm pretty sure what that is. But I'm pretty sure somewhere these got crossed or something. So I will be reading that one. I also have this one that is not a dark romance either. From Here to Eternity, Moonlit Ridge, A.L. Jackson. I've never read this author either, but the synopsis has had me in. I've got It's All in How You Fall by Sarah Henning. And it just reads like a young adult romance type of thing. And I read the synopsis and I was like, oh, I like that. That's going to suck me in. 1,000 Miles by Bridget Morrissey, author of Love Scenes. Never read that, but this one has been on my radar for a while as well. And I read the synopsis and I was like, oh, I like that. And then we also have House of Bane and Blood, Alexis L. Menard, I think. And this one does have some pictures in it. Not a lot, but it does. I see another one other than that. There's one. Okay, those are the only 2. But,
Sorry about that here.
huh? Oh, I don't know. But anyway, ow. Read the synopsis in that one and I liked it. And then this one is going to make me cry. I read the synopsis and I was already in tears. So I fell in love with Hope, a novel by Lam Callie. I'm going to guess is how you pronounce that. If not, don't come after me. I suck at pronunciation. And then I also got Friends with Benefits by Marissa Cantor. I do want to believe is what you say. But I read the synopsis of this one and I was like, that one's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. I also picked up a nonfiction, Powerful True Stories of Women in the Holocaust, 4 Red Sweaters by Lucy Adlington. And then we got 3 more, and then that's all the books that I got by Rachel Van Dyken, or Dicken, I don't know. But it's a Godparent Trap, and I read this, and I was like, yep. And then this one is also a very short one. I honestly thought it was going to be smaller, but honestly, I'm not mad about it because I do have quite a bit of books that are pretty long. So sometimes a short book for when you're in the mood, but you really don't want to invest a lot of time or emotions. Small ones are good. So I got this, and it's heavy hitter. And if you've read this one, you're going to have to let me know how you feel about it because the synopsis sounded good. But sometimes when they sound good, they're not always. And this one, I am like already ready to read it. I want to dive into it. The Friendship Fling by Georgia Stone. I read this, the back of it, well, online, but you know what I mean. And this one was, I was like, this is going to be a lot of laughing and a lot of like, oh my gosh, and then rooting for people. So that is all I got. I say all I got, but I typically don't do a lot of book shopping. You can ask my husband. I really haven't been book shopping a lot, and I've been reading a lot of my books. So once or twice a year, maybe I'll go. And if I don't get like a big batch, usually he'll go shopping and I'll pick up like one or two, maybe three at places or thrift stores, whatever. But after this, it's mainly going to be utilizing the Little Free Libraries because that's like our fun thing to do. And then Ollie's just because it's cheap. But I will not be really foreseeing myself buying a lot because we are going to be moving and buying something hopefully within 3 to 6 months. So I really don't want to I don't want to get any more and have to move them because moving the small batch that I had when we moved back from New Mexico was stupidly way too heavy between RCDs, VHS tapes, DVDs, and then my books. Like, it was insane. So, what you doing? So now that I've shown you the books, now I am going to go through and reorganize my bookshelves. And as I get each bookshelf done, because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to section them off, then I will update you. But as of right now, I'm going to have my husband's help and figure this crap out because I still have to go through this armoire and figure out what I'm actually keeping and what I just am not going to because, again, there's a lot of JFK ones. And I read them a lot when I was younger, and I really don't know if I just have it in me anymore to really search because I get so down the rabbit hole that I can mess with my mental state and frustration and everything else. So I've been literally stepping back from news and everything else because, like, when there's something off, I want to find out, and then whenever I'm getting all kinds of different news or whatever, it gets way over my head and I get way too into it. So I've had to block it out like last month and I don't know when I'm going to jump back into it. So I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and give all my JFK ones to the Free Little Libraries. But once, like, his name is Ron in A Search for Justice, I will probably keep just because it's something that intrigues me and it's about a man who is murdered and they have trying to find justice. But I'm going to quit rambling. I'm going to drink some water, and then my husband's going to help me figure that out, and I will update you guys whenever I have something. Goodbye to the camera.
Goodbye.
That was so heartfelt. Okay, so I am officially done redoing my bookshelves, and I'm currently watching YouTube, Little Free Library Hunting. Full of those. But I'm going to show you what I did to my bookshelf, and it took way longer than I expected, but it's gonna work for now until we move and I can get another bookshelf because I am crammed, literally. Okay, so this is an awkward spot for me, but I'm literally have you on the floor. But I have all of my historical fiction, and then at the very end I have Robert Ugalni's like the thriller / mysteries, Lisa Jackson's mystery thriller, and then the Hardy Boys, and then just some stickers and stuff I'm going to use to decorate later on. And then all of this, I have all of my Colleen Hoover. And then I also had to split up my Nicholas Sparks from this stuff, but I have a system, okay? So my favorite authors go together for now, and when I get more of Lynn Austin, that'll happen too, but for now I have more of Colleen Hoover and Nicholas Sparks more than anything, so I put those together because they're not interconnected. The only two are these ones, and I stayed together. But anyways, I also did all of these down here are standalones, so all of this is standalones, no interconnection, not a part of a series, just standalone romance. And then up here, I've got Lucy Score, which this is a standalone, but this is a series, and she has a lot of series, so I just put her together. And I also got all of these together, and then every single one of these is either, like I did, this is a whole complete series, this is a whole complete series. This is the first book of Virgin River, like I said, but The second one is way bigger and normal sized. So I'm going to read it, but then I'm going to give it to my mom because she'll like it. But I've got to find matching ones of this because this one ain't it. So these are not the first in the series. This one is, these ones aren't, so I put them right there. First, I have Twisted Love, but my sister's reading it right now. So I have all of these, and then these ones and these ones are not the first ones. But from this one is the first. These are the first. This is the first. The only one that's not a first, but it fits right here size-wise, because that's how I organize them, is Wild Eyes, and I really need to get that. And then I got my fantasy shelf. So I got all of that put together the best I could right now, but it's working. And then we have all of my book of the month that stays together, and then all of the hardcovers, and I did it from just basic literature fiction to romance, and then just my historical romance, and then just these ones because I have no idea where I'm going to put them. And then I had to put my other books right here, but these are the books that I literally I don't know where to put them, so they're just in their own branch. So you got like The Pilot's Wife, The Help, On the Banks of Plum Creek, Where the Word for Grows, Sounder, and then I've got all of my poetry right here, and then all of the nonfiction stuff that is like CSI and stuff like that. And then all behind there is nonfiction, war, and then like the official war and commission report of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, and then some more veteran stuff, and then, sufficiency. And then these are yearbooks that I like to keep. And then all of this is like the Cowboys, the Indians, all of that. And then my nonfiction war and that. So, but that is what I got right now. So this will be the end of the video, and then I'll update you guys next week on another video. But for now, that's all I have. If you made it this far, thank you. And if you're new, please think of subscribing. I will be more active now that I got another phone, and I got a lot of plans coming up, so I'm excited to share them with you. But other than that, I'm going to watch my YouTube. I'll watch an episode of our show that me and my husband started, and I'm going to relax, and I will check in some other time. Bye.